Okay, I got the thumbs up. So good morning everyone. Welcome po sa ating Startup 103, Startup Grant Fund Cohort 2, Awareness and Philippine Startup Challenge 9 Orientation. So I am Tin, your webinar host for the day. So before po i-send ko yung ating attendance link, reminder na lang po na gamitin natin ang isang email ad lang po. Preferably yung personal email nyo po and input natin yung data natin, especially name, correctly. So ayan, sending po yung ating attendance link for this webinar. So FB viewers na lang po, discourage natin yung sending ng personal information in the FB comment section. Ang kailangan po is yung ating forms na lang. So please know po that this webinar shall be recorded via Zoom and FB Live. So I will now be turning on po yung ating recording.
Recording in progress.
So before we start our discussion proper, I would first like to note every one of the following. So presented po are virtual etiquette to be practiced throughout the webinar. So for the name po, we can please maintain the arrangement first name first, then last name. For microphones naman po, please maintain it on mute to avoid distraction during the discussion. For comments, questions, we can please use the chat box in Zoom and in comment section via the FB Live. Of course, our attendance and evaluation forms, let's maintain the use of only one email address, preferably personal email. So the link po for the attendance form is already given and it will be posted time by time until the end of our speaker's discussion. Lastly, yung ating evaluation form, it shall be available sa last minute po ng ating webinar until 11:59 p.m. today, July 22, 2024. So the digital certificate po will be sent to your signified email addresses possibly within 5 working days. Also presented, loading lang siya, ayan, ang ating data privacy notice. So by participating in this training, you consent to the collection, processing, and storage of your personal data as outlined in this notice. So ayan, let's proceed now. Papakilala ko na po sa inyo ang ating speaker for today. So she is a dynamic professional pursuing her Juris Doctor degree at the University of Santo Tomas College of Law. Her academic journey began at Bicol University, where she earned her Bachelor of Arts in Sociology from the College of Social Sciences and Philosophy. With diverse experiences and commitment to public service and professional growth, she has demonstrated versatility and dedication in various roles. Presently, she serves as a Project Development Officer 2 at the Department of Information and Communications Technology, specializing in ICT industry development through the IIDB Bureau, leveraging focus on benchmarking, advocacy, and promotions division. Additionally, she has contributed her expertise as a military defense writer at the Office for Real Estate and Installation within the Department of National Defense, stationed at Camp Emilia Aguinaldo, Quezon City, which shows a huge jump from being in the military sector to ICT. Her 6 years in the corporate and public sector journey showcases her adaptability and commitment to excellence. She previously served as a research analyst at the Office of the Philippine Air Force Assistant Chief of Air Staff for Reservists and Retiree Affairs at Colonel Jesus Villamor Air Base in Pasay City. So before this, she held positions as a Project Assistant 3 at the Department of Science and Technology Regional Office 5 in Legazpi City, Albay, and as a research analyst at the Philippine Air Force Strategy Management Office, Headquarters, Philippine Air Force, also in Pasay City. Her career trajectory has been marked by significant achievements, including her pivotal role in institutionalizing the performance governance system flight plan. Her dedication to research and analysis has honed as a researcher at the University of the Philippines Population Institute and further developed through her involvement in the Department of National Defense and presently the Department of Information and Communications Technology. The, the transition from her research-focused roles to her current positions within the DICT underscores her growth capacity and ability to thrive in challenging environments. Her multifaceted experiences have equipped her with a unique perspective and skills that continue to drive her success in her academic and professional endeavors. So our discussion for the day, all the way from Legazpi City, help me give her our digital clubs and heart reactions. Miss Almira Shane A. Manlapas. Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Teen and
Good morning.
Camarines team. I is my audio audible?
Yes, yes, ma'am. You are audible po.
Yes. Can we have reactions from yes, good morning po. Can our participants send a message to the chat box na one if okay po yung audio natin. Good morning, Ma'am Pinky. Thank you so much po. Yes po, maayos yung audio. Hi, Ma'am. See you po again. Yes. Thank you so much for joining. Okay po. So, ayan. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to our participants, of course. Yes, last seeing you po from CIO. Thank you so much for joining, sir. Ayan, sige po. So, thank you so much, Miss Dean, again for that introduction. I really appreciate. And we're going to start our orientation and awareness. So this is just a launching or awareness and an orientation. So I hope our participants will stay with us till the end. So can we go now with the our SGF? Let me know po if merong technical or let us know if merong technical buffer on our side so that we can reach. Thank you so much. And to all of our participants, you can also share our Zoom link as well as the live so that marami po tayong participants na pwedeng makapag-join at pwedeng makasali sa ating awareness for today. Good morning to everyone. Let's just wait for the presentation to be up. Thank you for your patience. Sige, let's re-up the presentation. Wait lang. Ayan, sige, let me share the presentation. So, I hope everyone or our participants are seeing the screen. Okay po. Yes, okay po. Thank you so much for that. Um, we're just fixing the presentation technical buffer. Thank you for your patience po. Ayan, our presentation is already out. Ayan, it's up already. Ayan. Thank you so much, ma'am. Sige po. Ayan, so to start, we will be discussing today the Startup Grant Fund, Cohort 2. But we already had Cohort 1, which was the first batch of Startup Grant Fund. So to discuss, yes, please, yes, okay po. Ayan, sige. Just And let me start again. So we'd like to know we'd like to inform everyone that before there was a startup grant fund cohort 1, which was the first batch. So currently po we are finalizing the startup grant agreement for signature of the secretary. So once this is signed and the startups are signed, we'll be submitting them. So as mentioned, we will also be conducting that's why po we are conducting this briefing on our implementation this year of the Philippine Startup Challenge. And I hope our participants can stay until the end so that you can ask us questions and so that we can discuss on it on the issues and concerns that you are about to first po, we'll discuss the ICT Startup Grant Fund. So we'll start with the startup registration. So our department circular and guide in writing proposals and then the evaluation process. So basically we have the startup grant fund po to the digital under the digital startup development program because of the Philippines startup development program provided by the government. So next please. In this one we have, ayan, so introduce your startup. We're here to support. So of course, at DACT Inspire our agencies aims to inspire, create awareness, and promote startups and technopreneurship to the community, the youth, and potential startup founders or entrepreneurs to increase the pipeline of ventures in the country. So this is in partnership po with DTI and DOST. So DTI, DOST, and DACT is the three lead agencies that will implement the Innovative Startup Act or the ISA law. So basically, these three agencies will try to create number one, awareness to everyone about startups, promote our startups for funding and other, and product development, and promote technopreneurship, and so that for our community, and to our community, to our youth, and also to help them thrive as a startup. So one of the benefits that we are giving is the startup plan. So again, the basis of this one, our legal basis is the RA 11337 or the Innovative Startup Act. And through this act, we were able to develop this map of programs and projects by the three agencies in all phases or in all identified phases of the startup: information, validation, and then growth. So as you can see here, we can next slide please. So as you can see in our Ayan. So this is the ACT Startup Grant. This is in accordance with the RA 11337 or the Innovative Startup Act. And then for the next slide, ayan. So for the next slide, as you can see here po, the yellow being the DA. So in the yellow lines, being the DACT programs and projects, and then the blue for the DTI. And then one on the left side is the DOST, plus the DOST below is the orange color. So we're going to discuss it later. Bakit po siya merong yellow, blue, and orange. So as the three lead agencies, we support, these three lead agencies supports the startups po. So ayan, so the DTI is more on from validation to growth, while the DACT is more on supporting the emerging startups. So si DACT yung sinusupport niya po is from ideation, and then when you reach across DTI, of course po with DTI kasi is more on categorically on trade and industry, but your startup is registered na kapag nakaabot po kayo kay DTI. And for DOST is all about R&D. So these are the three agencies that implements across all phases of the startup. So it is stated in our law that DTI, DOST, and DICT will provide benefits and programs that will strengthen, promote, and develop the Philippine startup ecosystem. So we are anchored on the Philippine Startup Development Program. That's why nakikita niyo po dito, ayan, di ba, we have the yellow line, the blue line, and the orange line. Next slide, please. And so that's the Republic Act number 11337. So this provides benefits and programs to strengthen, promote, and develop Philippine startup ecosystem by developing the Philippine Startup Development Program, or the PSTP. Next, please. So section 4, that is the section 4 po, creates the PSDP, which shall be composed of programs, benefits, and incentives for startup and startup enablers promulgated through the respective mandates of national government agencies. So the DOST, like I have mentioned po, the DOST, DICT, DTI shall be the lead agencies that shall assess, monitor, develop, and expand the program consistent with the objectives of the RA 11337. Okay, next slide. Yeah. So, ayan, support and promote. So, Section 5, in accordance with Section 5, research and development for startups and startup enablers in the Philippines. Access to startup development programs, participation. These are the support and of the three lead agencies po. Participation of startups, international competitions and conferences, participation of startups in local and international events, collaboration of startups, startup enablers of course, with the national government agencies, with the LGUs, public and private academic institutions, and industry partners, and of course, development and growth of payment. Ayan. So in section 7, in the next slide, it is stated that the DTI, DICT, and DOST. Next slide, please. Ayan. So in section 7, the section 7 authorizes host agencies to provide the following benefits and incentives to startups. So, ayan, or enablers who have passed their selection and application process. Ito yung ating one of our basis for the startup grant fund. So aside from grant or grant fund, we can also support full or partial subsidy in the registration and cost of application of startups in getting their permits, and to provide the startups facilities, office space, equipment, use of government spaces and facilities, as well as a working place and a working space, for example. Ayan, next please. Next slide, please. Ayan, sige po. And so, Of course, the grant po or in aid, this is equivalent to our grant fund, the DACT grant fund, and endorsement of the three agencies to another agency for expedited or prioritized processing of application. So these are the ones we can provide. So ito po yung mga ito po yung ipo-provide ni DACT. So Section 7, full or partial subsidy for the following. So, under Section 7 po, ito po yung, ayan, full or partial subsidy, registration and cost in the application processing of permits and certificates. So we could also provide use of facilities, office space, equipment, and or services provided by government or private enterprises or institutions. Use of repurposed government spaces and facilities of the host agency as the registered business address, grants and aid for research, development, training and expansion projects, and endorsement of the host agency for the expedited or prioritized processing of applications with other government agency. So for now po, we're just informing you of the grant of the content of the grant ni DACT, but later on we're going to discuss kung sino po yung pwede mag-qualify sa aming startup grant fund. Ayan. So, in the next slide, under Section 11, so this is what we are saying. So, Section 11 provides for the creation of the SGF under the DOS, DTI, and the DACT to provide initial and supplemental grants in aid for startups and startup enablers that have passed its selection and application process. So, ayan. So, for the DICT, the central responsibility for the implementation of the Startup Grant Fund is our bureau. Our bureau is the ICT Industry Development Bureau, or what we call IITB. Next, please. So, in our bureau manages and implements the SGF or the Startup Grant Fund with assistance of all concerned bureaus and services. So, bakit po namin ito ginagawa? Why are we doing this? Basically, our agency, our bureau wants to provide emerging startups with at least equity-free seed money for them or for you guys to start with your product development and to turn your ideas into meaningful products. Ayan. So, next. Yan. So that's our central responsibility po. So if you're going to inquire about startups, you can direct to our bureau, which is the IITP. So after 1 year, depending on the terms po, ayan, these are the rationale and the objectives of why we are implementing the Startup Grant Fund. Ayan. So of course, ayan, you can just ayan. I hope everyone can see the screen. Ayan, next slide, please. Okay. Next, please. Yeah. So after 1 year, depending on the terms that the startups will stipulate in their proposal, we want the startup to at least reach the investable state that some of the venture capitalists that we have here in the country or internationally will continue what our agencies have started. That's how our agency want that after we have provided them the equity seed fund. For the information of everyone, the equity seed fund amounts to 500,000 to 1 million, and that is equity free. So, for example, after a year or two, a venture capitalist will continue what the agencies have provided. So, the DACT wants to provide and groom the startup. Aside from the grant, we want to provide them mentoring and coaching as well. And for the investors, they will be sure that the startup that we have supported, it will lower the risk of investment if they already went through coaching, mentoring, learning sessions, and started in product development. So it also might be able to help investors lower risk of investment for funders. So last year po, ayan, the circular that was signed. So if you have saw kanina that the department circular number 001. So the DO001 has a complete details on how the DICT implements the Startup Grant Fund. This is available po online. You can search it and then or you can just message us in our Facebook page and we'll give you a copy. So we can also provide you with a summary of it po and all the details and then so basically these are the benefits, the requirements, and how the DICT will evaluate all proposals, who will be comprising the technical committees, grant committees, the EXECOM, operational guidelines and procedures, and then of course, the final provisions. So ito po yung laman ng circular, ito po yung department circular outline. So ayan, nandun na po ito sa DO number 001. And of course, we can provide you po a copy. You just have to ask us for it po. So it also be kindly downloaded in our website, but ayan, ayun nga, we can furnish you one if you'll message us in our Facebook page. So next slide, please. Ayan, that's the operational guidelines. Next, please. Ayan, and the final provisions. Ayan, next slide po. Ayan. So what is essential that those who will join or who will participate in our startup grant fund should be an ICT startup. Ito na po yung sinasabi ko kanina. So alam na po natin kung ano yung subsidy, yung support ni DICT. So now, what is essential or ano na po yung qualifications or how to qualify? So ano po dapat yung requirement para makapag-qualify kami sa startup grant fund? So of course, you should be an ICT startup, you should be registered as a startup, and you should be registered as a business here in the Philippines. So of course, when we say an ICT startup, a startup that have an idea or that who want to develop a product that is ICT based, and that startup should be registered nga, as we have said. So I know you've also have heard because the purpose of this is to build the database of all startups. So before they can even participate here, you should register po muna sa aming Philippine Startup website. And of course po, ayan, registered as business in the Philippines. You could be registered in the DTI or the SEC or the SEC. So basically, you should be able to satisfy these three essential items. And that startups that we will be supporting are those with proof of concept. But if you want to build your own prototype or you have already a prototype, but you also want to build your MVP or the minimum viable product. So these are the startups that we will be supporting using our startup grant fund. Right. Next slide, please. So the parties that will be involved, of course, kami po sa bureau namin, the IITB as the main or as the secretariat. Ayan po yung, ayan, for the categories, proof of concept to prototype. So pag sinabi po natin proof of concept to prototype refers to programs, projects that focus on ideation and prototyping through training, mentoring, research support, expert provision, and testing. So these are the startups with creative ideas that need resources to build functional prototype of their ideas. And kapag naman prototype to MVP or minimum viable product, ito naman po yung startups in early prototype or in early stage prototypes that require assistance in developing the minimum viable product, startups, and startup teams. Next, please. Ayan, so these are the involved parties. Tayo po yun. Ayan, the involved parties during the pre-grant, application screening and program proper, and then the post-grant. So we will have our final deliberations committees, our grant committee, Technical Evaluation Committee, of course, and our Finance Service, and our COA for post-grad. So the most important here is the second phase, wherein for each committee, it may involve some of our directors here, like directors from the cybersecurity, from the GDTB, so that they can also provide inputs on the proposals that we will be accepting. And aside from that, we also have experts that we have invited to be part of the Grants and Technical Evaluation Committee. And now our final deliberation committee, next slide please, is composed of all our executives and most of our executives sa DICT. So in the ICT po, we have 4 undersecretaries and 1 assistant secretary. So in the application process, we are already there. And for cohort number 2, we have a call for proposals. And apart from this briefing for our regional counterparts, we will also conduct a public briefing. That's why po we are conducting this one. And this is the first conduct po of SGF awareness for the ICT Camarines Tour. So I hope you'll stay with us until the end of this session po. Ayan. So the templates will be available online. We will be posting it. I hope tayo po ay makakapag-abang sa aming posting. Ayan, that's the grant administration and implementation process po of our SGF. Next slide, please. Ayan. So, the templates online are available, as we have mentioned, and of course, you might be having questions. We can accommodate some of your questions po. Then, we will have the screening committees and screening of entries. Tatlong step po ito. And first, our table review, of course. And then, evaluation of the technical evaluation committee, and then the evaluation of the grants and committee, wherein the committee members may request for the startups to pitch, but definitely during the selection process, the ICT executives, the chairpersons of both PEC and of the grant fund, our startups are required to pitch in our selection, which is the final deliberation. And once kapag selected na po, we will start the processing of all documents, starting with the signing of agreement, submission of the requirements by the startups, of course, your fund release, and then our monitoring on our regular monitoring together with our finance, and after that, your post-grant, and of course, your ACOA. And for liquidation, ayan na po, for liquidation, that's number 3, the DICT Finance will have to, or the startups will have to submit these documents to our finance to be evaluated by COA post-grant. And then, of course, our IADB or our agency will have to always monitor what happened to our startups and possibly to link them to investors. So that's our duty po. And so we shouldn't, and our hope for the startup to continue their product development and to link them to possible investors and or angel investors. So yun po yung process ng ating startup. That's the abridged process po. So ito yung summary. Pwede nyo po ito screenshot para po maalala nyo in case kapag po kami ay nag-call na, we are actually open. Open na po, or we started our call for applications for the SGF cohort number 2. So you just have to apply, or you just have to go to our Facebook page para po puntahan nyo yung link, and then we can also send you the link once you have inquired po. So ayan, next. So these are the requirements. These are the documents po that you have to submit to us. Of course, your work and financial plan, that should be very detailed. This is one of our requirements in our finance for the disbursement of funds. So this is what we will be, this is what is included, a part of the sections that your work plan will be composed of, and then your detailed financial plan. And again, the screening process. So our bureau will first conduct a table review as to the correctness and completeness of your submission. So, and then for the evaluation po of your PEC, all entries will be endorsed. Okay, next, please. Ayan. So that's the detailed work plan. Ayan. So All entries will be endorsed, and then the technical evaluation committee will choose and will select the startups that will advance to the evaluation of the grants committee. And then the grants committee will then submit the list of startups that will advance onto the evaluation of our final deliberation committee, again, composed of our evaluation criteria. So we have one, workability or technical viability of the technical soundness of the technology based on scientific and technological principles. So, ayan. Maybe it should be, this is what the others are saying. So, does it solve an economic issue? Or is it workable? Is your startup workable? Is your startup aimed to solve an economic issue? Or what is its technical viability? Next, please. Ayan, that's the detailed financial plan po. The capital outlay and then the MOO. And next, please. Ayan, so this is a screening process. Ayan, we have a 2-week review, checking eligibility. Ayan, so the evaluation criteria. Ayan, so that is the meaning of the technical viability is that second, it can compete if it already has an existing vehicle, or is it different from the existing competitors. And then the technical and managerial capacity of the project team for 30%. So we have already mentioned earlier, does it answer a social or environmental issue? Parang doon po dapat nagbe-base yung startup nyo, or what is its impact to our economy, to the society, and then if the time frame is manageable, what can be done in 1 year or maybe less? So that is the evaluation criteria po. So of course, we will be releasing this in public as well. So once selected and all the documents are submitted, we will release the SGF to the startup. So kailangan po ay makapasok kayo sa criteria na po ito. So ayan, in full amounts, the SGF will be the DICT shall release the SGF to the startup in full amounts within 3 weeks once the DICT has received the signed agreement. So the proponent is required to open a current account in the land bank. So bank charges resulting from the fund transfer, if any, shall be borne by the proponent. And project implementation shall commence within 2 months after the release of funds. And as the release of funds shall only be granted 1 time, and budget realignment is not advised. So we're hoping to have this implemented once the ICT receives the signed agreement, or the startup. So our startups, of course, are required to open a land bank account so that we will, doon po ni DICT transfer yung funds. So, 1 time lang po yung pag-release ng ating fund, and of course, we discourage any budget realignment. So, kung ano po yung nasa financial plan, yun po yung kailangan dapat sundin. Ayan. So, ayan. So, we will be doing also in technical and financial monitoring. So, all startups must submit within a month after each quarter all their financial reports, report of checks, schedule of accounts payable, if they bought equipment, and then, of course, the receipts and all reporting lang naman. And then, the financial support should be itemized in accordance with the approved financial plan. So, for projects with capital outlay, the financial report must be supported by a list of equipment that you have preferred. Ayan. And then, of course, all documents in your scheme should be submitted within 3 months after the end of the project. Ang mag-liquidate po nito ay si DICT. And of course, our audit team will have to be performed by our COA resident auditor. Ayan. Ayan. So next slide, please. So for cohort batch 1, the activities were already completed. And for cohort, it already started last week. Ayan. Next, please. Ayan, that's the liquidation part. Ayan. The audit and inspection as well. Yeah, the general timeline for cohort ng batch 1. So For cohort batch 1, we have already completed these activities, and for cohort 2, we have started last week na po. Next, please. Ayan. So, Startup Grant Fund Cohort 2 call for applications is now open. You can screenshot this po and then you can scan our QR code. All details naman po are there, and then you just have to inquire to us in case po meron pa po kayong gustong malaman about the SGF Cohort 2. So we have stipulated that the deadline for the submission is on July 31. Malapit-lapit na po ano. And because we are targeting sana to disburse the fund by December and or earlier, so that we won't have any problem with the use of our budget. Now, this will be charged on our 2024 budget under the insertion given to us, of course, by the government. So, ayan, the link is for documents or templates for the SGF and for the application. And then again, the next slide will be the checklist that all startups will have to submit for them to apply to our startup grant fund. So, ayun po for the general timeline. Can we go back po, Miss Teen, doon sa ating general timeline? Ayan. So, call for applications briefing this July. The initial or the final deadline for now is July 31, but if the time calls for it po, baka we will extend, but we are not very sure if we are going to extend. So of course, for the table review screening and then the documents finalization will be in August and September, and then September to November will be the document signing, and then the demo day, and then December is, that's why po kasi dapat by December, na-disburse na yung funds. And then, January to July next year will be the monitoring. Ayan, next slide please po. Ayan. So, ayan the application form. This is the online application form. You can go to http or bit.ly SG cohort, SGF cohort 2 call for application for more details. So, you have to, inside this form po, you have to conduct a market study, and you will also have to submit a video pitch, and the DICT will provide templates that you will be using, and we can also provide samples for you po. Next, please. Ayan. So, ayan, that is the checklist po of what's inside the call for application or application form. So your application form, your application letter, disclosure of other grants and businesses, etc. Your sworn affidavit stating no prior relations to the ACT, your business documents, your value proposition canvas, business model canvas, work and financial plan, sample financial plan, terms of reference, or the market study, and your 3-minute video pitch. So, ayan. So, that's it po for our SGF cohort number 2. Thank you so much and would also like to thank everyone. Last June 21 po, we I hope everyone po has already filled out the attendance form, and then we'll be giving an evaluation form later on so that po you can receive your certificate of participation. Ayan. So again, this year, annually po, the DICT is implementing again the Philippine Startup Challenge on its 9th year. Kaya po siya tinatawag na TSC 9 dahil pang 9th year na po namin ito conducting the annual Philippine Startup Challenge. So just introduce again our ICT Industry Development Bureau. We are called the IIDB. under the DICT. So as part of the industries that we are supporting, we have 5 industries supported, and one of them is the startup. And this is also part of our digital startup and development program, and it's under Step Up. So this is our startup founders journey. Next, please. Ayan. Ayan. So this is our startup founders journey wherein all our activities or our activities under each component are mapped. So you can see there from awareness to the development of your product or development of your idea to product. That's here in our startup founders journey, and our Philippine Startup Challenge is one of our offerings for our students. So kung ang SGF po is for professionals, ang Philippine Startup Challenge po is for students. So I hope that is clear po. Ayan, hindi lang po for professionals yung offer ni DICT, of course for students as well who is already on the ideation stage. So our Philippine Startup Challenge is one of our offering for our students, and for us to provide them coaching, mentoring, and to help them also develop their entrepreneurship skills. So ayan, next slide please. So PSC 9 is a nationwide annual pitching competition. It's a student-based, so we will be looking for students from Luzon to Mindanao who have innovative ideas, innovative and relevant, something that will solve a social problem. So we want to encourage and increase the number of Filipino youth or youth-led startups. It's also an avenue for students to develop their competitive entrepreneurial mindset. Ayan, so that is the startups founders journey po that we have discussed. Ayan. Sige po. Ayan. So the Philippine Startup Challenge, that is our logo for this year. This is a nationwide annual pitching competition. Ayan. So what is PSC 9? Ayan. So a nationwide annual pitching competition for student-based ICT startup founders with an overall goal to reinforce Filipinos to create innovative and relevant ICT products and services, all the while providing solutions to social problems. So that is our objectives. Ayan, sa screen po natin. Next slide, please. Ayan. So, we would like to, of course, the DICT would like to enhance their startup ideas and generate a pool of startup founders. Some of the objectives of our PSC in our previous slide, which we started last 2014, eto po siya noon ng PSC. And then, of course, during the pandemic, we had it online. And then, on 2022, online pa rin siya. And then, last year, we had the final, which was we conducted it face-to-face. And last year po, we had 629 entries and that we have received from 150 groups. So our champion came from Region 2 and from Tuguegarao. Ayan. So of course, this year, I hope po sana si Region 5 ay makapasok. And mali po natin, si Region 5 ay isa sa manalo sa ating PSC 9 sa finals. So yeah, our target participants po are students. So ayan, number of entries received nung PSC 7 po ito nung 2022. Next slide please. To our participants, you can send us a chat po so that we can acknowledge it later on and we can accommodate it later on po. Ayan, next please. Ayan. So, ayan. So, our target participants are students for PSC 9. So, you'll have to have 3 students, team members, plus 1 mentor. And they should be currently connected with the university that they are representing. Pwede naman po isang university ang magpadala ng 2 or more teams. So, a university, pwede po ang one university can send 2 or more teams. And then, as long as the mentor po is currently employed doon sa university na iyon, and your idea or your projects should be an ICT based, and then the startups or the team will be required to send through the registration link the 3-minute to 5 minutes video pitch and their pitch deck po. So the next slide will be our flow chart or the process that we will undergo kapag po kayo ay sumali sa PSC9. So of course, we will have, if you have the, ayan, HRO can conduct its own mentors bootcamp in preparation for the PST. So I hope po this year, the DACT can conduct mentors bootcamp. We're just processing it po right now. And I hope po our participants can join. Kailangan lang po natin mag-abang. And then we will invite, of course, our local government units and other NGAs and then schools particularly po. So, ayan. Of course, we will have our call for application and then registration through submission to our regional offices, screening by our regional offices, and then we will have our regional startup competition, and then our semifinals comprising of all the winners, first place winners within all our regions, and announcement of finalists, and then our finals round. So, kapag po kayo ay nag-apply sa amin, sa region, and then we'll have to screen. And then we will be inviting you po to our regional startup pitching competition. So kapag po kayo ay nanalo sa regional pitching competition, you will be sent to the screening of the semifinals. That will be a time frame of 1 to 2 weeks. And then kapag po tayo ay napalad na makasama po sa semifinals, we will go to the finals round. So, the finals round will be in Cebu. Target po is December. And then, that will be an all expense paid po by the DICT. So, I hope po Region 5 will have a finalist this year. That's why po we're actively promoting SGF and PSC9 para po tayo ay makasali sa PSC9. Ayan. So, ayan, important dates. Ayan. Meron lang pong power interruption right now sa region. I hope hindi po ako maputol. Ayan. Sige po. Ayan. So, for the important dates, ayan, the regional pitching competition, this one, ayan, for, we want, ayan. So, the regional pitching competition is spearheaded by the DACT regional offices across the country. So, RPC begins once the official call for application starts. Aspiring startups can submit entries following the guidelines in the PSC mechanics, and the RPC screening committee shall screen the entries, and the RPC results are endorsed to the central office in preparation of the PSC semifinals. Once we start calling for applications po, our target for the regional pitching competition will be in September 29 to October 11. So that's the dates po in between. But of course po, we will start to announce na po the call for applications probably next week po. And then, ayan, so, and then this will give us more or less than 2 months to prepare for our regional pitching competition. So, once we have all the winners for the region, they will, ayan, all regional offices will submit the first place winners plus their documents to the central office. So, ayan, our central will conduct the semifinals and the finals. Ayan. So, next, please. So the ranking of the winning teams will be, of course, we'll have the champion and then first to fourth runner-ups. We will also have special awards for the best startup video pitch, best startup logo, and best pitch presentation. And we are targeting to have the PSC finals on December 2, 2024 in Region 4A po. So, once po kapag kayo ay nag-qualify sa regional pitching competition and then nadala po kayo sa finals, this will be an all expenses paid. So, hindi po siya shouldered ni school, kundi shouldered po siya ni DICT. So, I hope po our participants will be encouraged in applying for our PSC9 this year. Ayan. So, ayan. Ayan. So, next slide, please. Ayan. So, that is the timeline for our PSC9. Region 4A. po ang aming final. So, ayan, so the QR code is for everyone. For our all regional counterparts, you may scan this code to view the mechanics and some frequently asked questions. Again, this deck po is shareable naman in case you need it po. And then our IECs po. Ayan. So, once again, thank you so much for listening or for joining here in our Zoom. Miss Teen, can we go back to the main slide? Kasi po, we'd also like to highlight some conferences that in case po kapag kayo ay nakasala sa aming PSC9, these are one of the conferences and workshops that will be beneficial to our student-based startups. Ayan. So, yes, that one po, Miss Teen. Thank you so much. Meron pa rin pong power interruption right now sa region. Kaya po medyo madilim yung aking background. Ayan. So, we'd like to introduce to everyone the Geeks on a Beach. So, kapag po kayo ay, kapag po yung student-based startups po natin or yung team po natin, university teams ay nakasali po tayo sa finals as contestant or sana naman po ay manalo. So we're really actively pushing and promoting for PSC9 for Region 5 kasi would like to be in this year's role. So ayan, one of our conference po na we will be bringing you guys is that the Geeks on a Beach. So a Geeks on a Beach po is an international conference. And then this international conference, madami pong dumadalo na angel investors. And these angel investors, you can pitch to them po so that they can support your startup. So, ayan, after po the finals, I think back-to-back event po itong Geeks on a Beach. So, our student-based startups will be heading straight to the Geeks on a Beach po after the finals competition. Ayan, next slide please. So last year po, we attended the Geeks on the Beach. Ito po, this was held in Bohol. And I don't know po if anyone is or may nakakakilala po with Andale, ganyan. So they are also a startup po. And then the DICT brought them to Bohol to be part of the Geeks on the Beach. Si Andale po kasi or Andale was one of the incubated or cohort ni DICT under the Step Up program po. So, ang Step Up program naman po, ito yung parang nag-incubate ng startup or nagtitrain ng startup sa kanilang startups journey. Ayan, next slide please. Ayan. So, for promotions, we'd like to promote also our AIDs for Impact. This will be held in Legazpi City. So, ayan, this will be held on Legazpi City on August 19 to 20. We will be inviting LGUs as well as students po na interested to be part of this AIDs for Impact. So, ang AIDs for Impact naman po namin, this is a workshop regarding emerging technologies or AI. So, we will be inviting LGUs. These LGUs po will have to relay their concerns or their need for innovative solutions. And then this will be given to students who will be attending our AI Impact Workshop. And then sila po yung magpipitch nun sa aming judges and panels. And malay naman po natin na kapag nag-qualify ay mabigyan siya ng program and support ni DICT. So this is of course a free event, a free workshop. I hope our LGUs and then our kung sino pong ating participants na interested can just scan this QR code and then so that po makita nyo yung frequently asked questions doon sa loob and that so that you can apply for the form in our call for applications or call for participants in the AIDs for Impact workshop. So ayan, we'll see you there po this August 19 and 20. So I hope you can join us po. Ayan, for the next slide, of course, our promotions for PAFCON. So PAFCON is the Philippine Online Freelancing Community online gig freelancing convention. So PAFCON goes to Legazpi City this year. Last year po kasi conducted siya sa Zamboanga. So ayan, so this is just a quick survey. We'd like everyone of course to scan again this QR code. I really hope na you get to scan our QR code. Yata siya na down. And everyone, baka po nakalimutan natin mag-log in sa ating attendance and then we'll be posting the evaluation form later po para makakuha kayo ng inyong certificate of participation. Sir Rod, thank you so much po. Sa amin po ngayon ay ano yan, wala pong kuryente until now. Hindi ko po alam if may schedule, pero parang wala pa naman. Medyo may power interruption lang po dito sa Legazpi. Ayan. Thank you so much po.
So, ayan sa ating pong Facebook Live, wala rin po tayong na-monitor na question. Dito po
Yes,
sa
okay
ating
po.
sa Zoom
Ayan.
po,
So
everyone,
far wala naman, so far wala or baka nahihiya lang sila mag-chat. Ayan. All our Zoom participants can ask us questions and for anything or queries po regarding our SGF and then PSC9 po.
so ayan, Ms. Shane, we have one
Ayan,
question
sige po.
from Sir Virgilio.
Ayan. Ask ko lang po about dun sa startup subsidy kanina. Exclusive po ba siya sa naka-receive ng grant? Yes po, exclusive po siya doon sa startup na naka-receive ng grant. Basta po, detailed po siya doon sa work financial plan. Opo. Pero if the startup is has ano ba yan? Subsidiary, baka po saklaw pa rin po siya. But kailangan po kasi naka-detail siya doon sa work financial plan, yung subsidy. Ayan. Ayan. Thank you so much for asking your question, sir. So any more any other questions po before we proceed? I hope po our professionals with their startups can apply to our SGF cohort 2 dahil po ang aming deadline ay on July 31 na. And I hope po siguro na we can extend the deadline para po makapag-accommodate pa kami ng more startups, professional startups to join. Ayan, we'll wait pa po for if meron pa pong question before we proceed to the evaluation form po. So to all po you have to fill out po our evaluation form para po makapag-receive tayo ng certificate of participation for this webinar po. Wala na po bang questions or nahihiya lang po tayo? We also have to mention na we'll be starting a caravan po. Di ba, Miss Teen? We'll be conducting SGF2 and then PSC9 orientation po with the Camarines Sur universities and schools. Kapag po nagsimula na yung calendar ng ating students po. Dahil ngayon ay nasa mid-year break pa po. Sige. Ayan, sige. Siguro po, Miss Teen, let's proceed na. And then we'll just, they can just message through the DICT Region 5 Camarines Sur Facebook if meron po kayong queries. Ayan, so Thank you, Miss Teen. Take the floor po.
So ayan, thank you very much, ma'am. And everyone, please help me offer her a thank you and see you again sa atin pong speaker for today. So before uploading lang po yung ating evaluation form ulit, to end this webinar, emphasize lang din natin, guys, na please make sure na yung inyo pong email address ay same po sa ginamit natin kanina sa attendance. And of course, to make sure na yung inyo pong pangalan ay properly spelled. So ayan, send po sa ating comment section yung link and presented po yung QR code sa ating screen. So we can accomplish this po until 11:59 p.m. today, July 22 po. So ayan, that concludes po our webinar on Startup 103, Startup Grant Fund, Cohort 2 Awareness, and Philippine Startup Challenge 9 Orientation. So thank you again everyone and see you po sa mga susunod pa nating webinar. Please be updated na lang po sa ating DICT Region 5 Camarines Sur Facebook page or the DICT Region 5 Bicol. So maraming pong salamat sa inyong lahat.
Thank you so much for everyone. I hope we see you again on our next webinars and workshops and conferences here at the ACT. Have a good day po. Thank you, Ma'am Pinky. In yung camera mo. Naka-off cam ka.
Ay, ito ma'am na isang account.